Hi, Blind Guy Garage. Again, working on, this fun stuff. So what we're going to do today on this particular project is I got to replace the transmission belts. They're down in there. So fortunately, these aren't too bad. They look like it's going to be terrible, but it's not. It's not terrible. It's not easy, but it's not terrible. So it might be a pretty short video because I'm just going to show you taking them off, I guess. Because all you got to do is replace. All you got to do is do the same thing you did, but in reverse. So what you have is this bolt down in here. That's a 15/16 nut, not a bolt. And what you're going to do, this is an MTD. Some of them the variable speed pulley, like this one is in the back here. Some of them are up this way. So what you're going to do is you're going to take that nut off right there, which is what I'm about to do. You got to get you, I recommend an impact and all, but you can, and if you have the one, there's another design. There's 3, I think, designs of this. I probably just lost my... And one of the designs, this nut is directly under the pole, this pole here. And you can't get a socket on it. This one is not directly under that pole. I can easily get my socket and ratchet, the socket and wrench and stuff on there. Get my adaptalizer. Where's the... Come on. There it is. You don't really want to run a whole lot of extensions if you don't have to, because they take your power away. But most of the time these ain't on there super tight. Sometimes too, yeah, it's on loose. It's not very tight. I mean, not very high power. Turn it up a notch or two. Come on, I know you got enough power. Oh, did that hurt y'all's ears? Okay. So maybe I can get the impact down in there without with the extension on it, and it will help. Maybe. Let's see. Well, it don't fit that direction. Y'all can't see what I'm doing right now because there ain't no way, there's no room once my hands are in there to really show you what's going on. But right now, I did figure out a way to get it on there, so let's hope. Yay! Hercules, Hercules, did it again. Hercules brand, by the way, from the freight company. From the boat dock freight company. So now you can slide this pulley up. Sometimes you can get your hand in here from the side too, like look at here. And they got a little hole through there. You can get your arm and stuff in there. And that tends to be a bit helpful. Alright, some more education on MTD stuff. If your mower has a lift kit, the pulley will be on this way. If your mower don't have a lift kit, it'll be on this way. Okay, so this is the way the pulley went on. Also, if you can't get a socket on there, and all you can get is a 15/16 wrench, they put a handy dandy little hole right here. And I believe they put that hole there so you can run a screwdriver or pin through there, and it makes contact with the side of the transmission, and that holds this still while you put your mojo on that wrench. But there's that. This mower has the lift kit. That means we got lift blocks right under here. And they're only about that tall. And so they could put these bigger tires and still have plenty of gap, I guess. I don't know exactly why they do that, because if you take that off, you still have enough gap to do that, but your belts won't line up the same anymore. So I don't know why they did that. I would think that I would not do that so that you'd have more clearance from the mower deck. But so then, now that you've got that out the way, you can reach down in here and pry this belt off. And with this system, it's going to be a little difficult because we have a pretty decent slapper bar in the way. Yeah, but it came off the back pulley, just the variable speed pulley, just fine. I may not be able to give y'all a camera angle on this, pulling this one off. I'm going to have to take the spring loose. So I had to take down there the spring right there and take it loose from the pulley right there. Hopefully y'all can see that. Hopefully the sun ain't messing that up. Now, and another thing is, if you can get in there and lubricate on the pivot point that's on this idler pulley arm, it would be helpful. Most of the time, people ain't washing these mowers. They're not blowing them out with air pressure and stuff, and that grass and dirt and stuff gets bound up in all the pivot points. And it's not like they put bearings on everything and greasing points on them, so they get messed up. So that belt this belt ain't terrible. We could, I mean, this thing would run for a long time, but it's the one under it. You got to take this one off first to get to the engine belt, and it's almost, and that's every one of these designs. So another thing, this is on the transmission. This splines into that pulley. It splines on the transmission like that. Give you time to pause the video. Give you time to pause the video. Give you time to pause the video. So it goes into the pulley like this. People will say I have a bad transmission. On these, if it's a forward, neutral, and reverse, they don't go bad a lot. It's I've not seen one yet that was bad. And it be broke on the inside, except for maybe one somebody was pulling cars and stuff with. But it goes on both sides. So if you did have the, you wanted to lower the mower for whatever reason, you can do that. So sometimes what'll happen, I have a bad transmission, it won't pull, my belts are fine, everything looks good. This is stripped out right here. That nut comes loose and it rounds all these pieces off. I don't know if they sell this part. You might find it on partstree.com. That's where I go a lot of times for all my parts, as far as finding the part numbers and stuff. They usually don't strip, I've never seen them strip this part out, the center part that actually goes on the transmission. It's always been that, and it's always because the bolt came loose or wasn't tightened down enough, either by somebody else or the manufacturer. I don't know. I don't know that the manufacturer lets that slip very much. But yeah, that's it. And it'll be wonky, like it won't be running. This thing will be tight, but the pulley will be you'll be able to move the big pulley around. So, I'm gonna put that back on so I don't forget. Alright, so the next thing is to get this belt off, and it should come off pretty easy because this one's wore slap out. Your variable speed pulley, you want to pull it up, the middle part of it, you pull it up. A lot of people are going to be thinking, well, I should take that off. Don't take the pulley off if you can help it, and the reason being is because that pulley is bolted on, and it's usually bolted on in a bad spot, and you usually, a lot of times, that bolt will break off that it's bolted on with. Then what you gonna do? Then you're up that, you know, that poo-poo creek, you know. You have to get the whole pulley assembly, and those things ain't cheap a lot of times, if you can even get them. I'm just trying to work the belt around the pulley, so you have to force it past the slapper bars and stuff. Oh, we're trying to do two things at once too. That's not going to work. Try to get both arms in there and turn it. We got it up on the top part of the pulley. See, I got it to jump up here on the top. I hope y'all can see that. And then got her off that pulley. That's the hardest part. Now the front one's going to probably make some of you mad because you got to take the engine pulley off the motor a little. But look at this belt. This thing was still driving, but it's missing chunks out of it. Well, if you had that on a car, it'd never work, but somehow on a mower, it continues to work. And if I'm selling this mower to somebody, you know, that's not going to be fair or nice. So your pulley in the front, stepped right on the deck. I'm glad I didn't fall. Your pulley on the front is a 5/8 bolt that runs up the middle of the pulley here. Oh, yeah. It runs up. Well, she got a flat. If I didn't have a flat, I'd fit no problem. So, oh yeah. So we got our slapper bar in the way. But you take this bolt off, and then you can slide this down, and it gets around these. There is, let me see if I can get the phone and show you. Get the camera off my head here. Look at that. All right. Should be seeing the bolt. You see the slapper bar. And then up there, you see what I'm talking about? So those metal pads there are in the way, the metal slappers. So you take a nut out, that pulley will slide down, and then you can easily pull the deck belt out. And then you'll have to put the new deck belt on, and you start up here, and you route it back through there. On this system, they don't have a lot of idlers, it looks like. So you just got to make sure you go through the frame the way it's supposed to, and then you go back there. And some of them have a double idler twisty thingy, and you got to deal with that. Sometimes you got to take that off. So you got to take one of the pulleys off sometime. I'm gonna put that there. See what we got under here. There's my thin eye fingers here. Oh, yeah. See. Alright, I'm going to set y'all down on the ground. And see, on this end, you got a pedal. And that pedal just swings around. See, this thing will rotate. Sometimes you have to take one of these pulleys off. It just depends on the system they ran. But this one, look there, just pops right off. And the other thing you want to check when you're doing this is to make sure those pulleys aren't in a really rough shape, because yeah, see, like that right there, how loud that is. You might need to replace those, you know. You might get away with getting some oil up in there and spraying it in the top of the pulley to let it go down through the bearing, just to give it something so it doesn't get hot. But that one is not crunching too terribly bad. That one's the easy one. This one here is not very easy to do because it holds the whole situation together. And let me see if this mower has the, and no, this mower does not have the hole in the frame. There's usually a hole in the top of the frame up here in the floorboard. You take this little plate out, and it allows you to get to the nut. So your bolt is on the bottom, and then they usually have some of these machines will have a little thingy there, a little plug. You pop the plug out, and there's your nut to take the bolt out. This one is off in there, and you got to take a skinny wrench and set it in there and hold it, and hold your mouth right and truly focus. And you almost have to be blind to do it because you can't see nothing in there anyway, even if you did have great eyesight. Unless you know you have x-ray vision or something, which I imagine if you wore my glasses you might have them. But this right here is the extent of that. It's pretty easy. It's just time consuming. You do have to have the deck out of the way most of the time. I've done it with the deck in there still, but that's not easy. We had to rebuild the deck on this one anyway, which I probably should have done a video, but I was in a hurry. But yeah, so we got that. So I just get this all out, and then I will check this belt with the new belt to make sure both belts are the same belt. Then I'm going to probably go get that pulley, replace that one pulley that I showed y'all. Possibly another pulley, because, you know, I'd rather it be perfect than have to be worked on again. Hey, y'all chill out. Settle down over there. Hush up. Alright. So, yeah. And get that tire back on, and it's already got new blades and bearings in the deck. Let me know if y'all need me to do a video on replacing the deck bearings in an MTD, because that ain't hard either. But thank y'all for watching. Like, share, and subscribe. Y'all stay blessed. Please, if you have any questions or comments, put them in the comments. I read them all. I may not get the notification for a while for whatever reason. That's being weird, but I'll do my best, and I'll do my best to answer the questions as thoroughly as possible. And if I don't know the answer to your question about especially mowers or even Jesus stuff, I'll do my best to answer. I'll find somebody. I'll just study whatever I gotta do. A lot of times I can ask somebody who knows more than me, and they give me the answers that I need or we're looking for. Y'all stay blessed. Thank y'all for watching.